Hello everybody, my name is Thomas and welcome back to Thomas's Tutoring. In the previous video, I reacted to, I believe, fractions. And I did say in that video that I would cover lowest common multiple and highest common factor due to finding common denominators. So today, we're doing the abbreviations LCM and HCF. It's the common abbreviation for it. And it honestly does give you a much easier time, because that way you don't have to keep multiplying by each one and it gets a pain. Well, becomes a pain. So what are LCM and HCF? LCM, lowest common multiple, HCF, highest common factor. And you can find the LCM and HCF of 2 or more numbers. So how to solve for the lowest common multiple? So if you were asked to say find the lowest common multiple of 60 and 72. So you do a prime factor tree. I hope you know what those look like. But you'd have to do one of those. And you should end up with 2 squared times 3 times 5 for 60. And then 2 cubed times 3 squared for 72. That's what you should get. And then you do put them in a Venn diagram. So 2 2s and a 3 in the middle, a 5 in the 60 circle, and another 2 and another 3 in the 72 circle. Multiplying all numbers in the Venn diagram should leave you with 360, which is the lowest common multiple of 60 and 72. There is another way I will show you later on in this video. So obviously your answer would be 360. So how do you solve for the highest common factor? So example, you have to find the highest common factor of 60 and 72. So follow the same steps as last time until you reach the multiplication part. Don't multiply all the prime numbers. Instead, just multiply the parts in the middle. So 2 times 2 times 3 is 12. The highest common factor of 60 and 72. Key HCF and lowest common multiple questions. So for highest common factor, what is the greatest blah blah blah? What is the most blah blah blah? What is the maximum number of blah blah blah? And then for lowest common multiple here, you would have what is the least blah blah blah? What is the minimum number of blah blah blah? And when will they be together blah blah blah? Or when will they next be the same? So for exercise 1, 2 wires are 24 meters and 60 meters. The wires are to be equally cut. Find the greatest length of each piece. So you'll have 15 seconds for this one. And if you can't remember, write down the problem and then simply just go back in the video to when I did how to solve HCF, because it's find the greatest length. So find that part and you'll be okay. So 15 seconds start now. Okay, so that's 15 seconds up. So from the greatest length part of the question, as I've already said, you should infer that this is a highest common factor. So here's the other way to solve the highest common factor. You can multiply all the common factors if you set it out like this. So 2 and 2 and 3 should get you the answer you're looking for. And obviously the answer you're looking for is 2 squared times 3, because it's how many of 2 and how many of 3. And that will leave you with 12 meters of length. Exercise 2. A bell rings every 18 seconds and another bell rings every 60 seconds. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, they both ring simultaneously. When is the next time that they will ring simultaneously? You'll have 20 seconds for this simple problem. Okay, so that's your time up. If you haven't gotten it already, what the time you'll need to do is when is the next time they'll ring simultaneously is lowest common multiple. So from this, you should be able to find the prime factorization. 2 times 3 squared. 2 squared times 3 times 5. So we multiply the biggest number of each. So, in our case, this will be 2 squared times 3 squared times 5, which is also 4 times 9, 36, times by 5 will bring you to 180 seconds. So if you put 180 seconds as your answer, you would actually be incorrect, because I wanted the next time they ring simultaneously. So 1703 would be the correct answer. So for exercise 3, a red light flashes every 3 seconds. A yellow light flashes every 8 seconds. A blue light flashes every 11 seconds. When is the next time they will all flash together? You'll have 20 seconds for this one. Okay, so that's roughly 20 seconds up. This question is different from the previous lowest common multiple one we've done. We can tell that it is an LCM question, but 2 of the 3 numbers are already in the prime form, and 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 11 is 24 times 11, or 264. So the answer will be the next 264 seconds, the next 4 minutes and 4 seconds. Answers like that will get you the mark. The marks that you want to pass. So honestly, they will probably say the time is 4 o'clock, and then you'll have 4:04:04, or something like that, something along the lines. So 4th exercise, 3 wires are 40 meters, 60 meters, and 85 meters. They are to be equally cut. There should be a full stop. What is the greatest possible length of each cut? You'll have 20 seconds for this one. Okay, so that's roughly your time up. So, it's the highest common factor question. So, 40 is 2 cubed times 5. 60 is 2 squared times 3 times 5. 85 is 5 times 17. So the answer will be 5 meters, because 5 is the only common factor in them, and therefore the highest common factor. So, for exercise 5, find the HCF and LCM of 28 and 46. You will have 30 seconds for this one. Okay, so that's roughly 30 seconds up. So we have 2 squared times 7 and 2 times 23 as their prime factorizations. So knowing this, the HCF will be 2, because if you go up from 2, it will be 4 or 3. And 2, 3, 4, 3 doesn't go into either. 4 goes in to 28, but not into 46. 2 times 23, however, is for 46. 23 doesn't go into 28. 7 doesn't go into 46. So yeah, that's the HCF. And the lowest common multiple is 2 squared times 7 times 23. Because you have the 2 in common, the 7 and the 23. So 28 times 23, which is 644. So, here are some handy tips to make sure you maximise your marks on HCF and LCM questions. So, here's my favourite tip. The product of the two numbers is the HCF times the LCM. So basically, say we were to do, say 30 and 20. The LCM is 60, the HCF is 10. 60 times 10 is 600, 30 times 20 is 600. Say 20 and 24. HCF, 4. LCM, 120. 120 times 4 is 480. 20 times 24 is 480. Those two problems should let you know. And anyway, the HCF will always be smaller than the two numbers or equal to the smallest of the two numbers. Because say you have 15 and 33, HCF is 15. The LCM will always be larger than or equal to the two numbers. So the LCM, say you have 15 and 30, the LCM will be 30, so it's equal to, but it could also be 15 and 20, larger than 60. Anyway, that's all I've prepared for today's video. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you did enjoy and learn something from this HCF and LCM video. If you didn't, then go back. You might have missed something over. And, as always, make sure to check out the links to the videos on screen right now and portrayed throughout the info cards throughout this video. And I hope you all have a nice day. This week has been pretty nice. And until then, have a nice day. Goodbye.